Hello, my friends, and welcome to live stream. Day late, but not a dollar short. It seems like a long time since we have been together, but in fact, it's been just one day more. It's kind of funny because it seemed like that was kind of a long sequence of time, but here we already are, mid-June, June 13th. And on June 21st, the summer solstice, and so we'll be moving into summer. Days will start to get shorter, which is not my favorite time. But there we have it. But they do call it summer, which is interesting. Summer. Summer. So, of course, our wonderful gathering is about the mystery, the magic of the star tetrahedron. I don't quite know why the stream is so fuzzy today. I apologize. It looks terrible. Could be I have a fuzzy aura.
Yeah, I'm getting a text from Lisa saying no sound yet.
Sound is on. Oh la la. Here we go to system preferences. Sound. Input. Okay. Lisa, any sound yet? Should be. This is on. I'm on. That's on. Lisa? Hey Siri, call Lisa McKenzie.
I was asking her too.
What?
Or just saying, do you have sound now?
Hello?
Hi, do you have sound?
No,
Weird.
I know.
All right.
But nobody else has mentioned it. All right.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know if it's just us.
Hello, testing.
Testing.
Does everyone have sound, not have sound? Does everyone have sound, not have sound? Hello? Oh, I have sound. All right. Good. Text Lisa and say that there's good sound.
That there is sound.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. I can hear you. I can hear you. I can see you. Sorry, it's so fuzzy. The mystery, the magic of the star tetrahedron, which is the upper triangulation of divine power, which is the focusing of attention. It's from the silent mind that is in scattering energy consciousness by thinking. It is holding the mind steady and silent, and then it becomes a intentionality of focused light, pure focused light, which we would call the positive aspect of creation. The lower triangulation is the triangulation of divine feminine love. Love is emotion and feeling. Now, when we have positive feelings, let's make a clear distinction between emotion and feelings. Feelings are positive aspects of creation. joy, excitement, enthusiasm, love, peace, happiness. Those are the clockwise spirals of the positive affirmations of Source going forth in love to create. And this is why it is spoken of that the main purpose of the soul is to experience its joy. Whatever is joyful and brings enthusiasm, it then supports the soul in its growth. Emotions are counterclockwise spirals of fear, loneliness, sadness, grief, shame, blame, frustration, anger, the whole gamut of emotions. And it's energy that's stuck. It's not a positive, dynamic happiness piece. It's a counterclockwise stuck emotion, which then creates an energy in this counterclockwise spiral or live spelled backwards. Now, as children, we were born as pure, divine, and sacred souls. Of course, we were dropped down in the time space where there were programs of ignorance. Nothing in error about that. It's simply we, as souls, co creating an environment on earth from long, long ago to be able to enter into it and learn about the good, the bad, the light, the dark, the positive aspects of feeling and joy and creativity. But when something came along and denied our joy, our imagination, our excitement and enthusiasm, it then created a judgment, a feeling of powerlessness, which then created the counterclockwise spiral of energy is stuck emotion. That emotion then is within the auric field. It then seeps into the bones, the tissues, all the different organs of the body. And it is what causes all dis-ease within the physical body, simply stuck energy. And because the emotion is information, that's all it is, it's just information that's saying something has not allowed you to feel empowered to support your truth, your joy, your love. If you find that disempowerment, that emotion, and then you bring that which is the divine and sacred within, which is the soul that has created both the experience of the possibility of joy as well as the problem or the issue, and bring the soul into the equation, which is divine golden liquid light. And then you pass through the emotion. Don't just like it, no judgment, no criticizing, but simply embrace it, feel it as the divine observer, the divine father, mother. You can then, in non resistance, move through the emotion. And as you then settle through the emotion in non resistance, you can then find the part of yourself that was programmed in ignorance. We're not judging anyone, we're not criticizing anyone. We're simply saying this is inappropriate behavior. But we also know that the inappropriate or programmed behavior that we received this lifetime was because in some prior life, we then, in an ignorant way, put that same judgment or criticism or disempowerment or anger upon someone else. And so we erred. We call it sin, but sin is simply missed mark. You missed the mark of living in love, and that is then the missed mark of creating them to be embodied in emotion, feelings of negativity, which then comes back, cycles through time, and we call that karma. And then that's when mother, father, culture, society that you were born into simply give you back that feeling, that emotion of powerlessness or sadness or grief, loneliness, shame, whatever it is, that's the emotion. You wanted it. The soul needs it in order to move through it and gather information about what within me feels unloved. that I perpetrated in the past, that I can settle back now in and through my own being and find the part of me that acted that way, and so love myself, that in loving myself, I would no longer perpetrate that action again. The only reason that we perpetrate ignorant actions upon others is because we're maybe trying to manipulate them or control them, or we're believing that if we have something from them, some empowerment, some acknowledgement, that we'll feel better. And so by looking outside of self, we have given our power away. They demonstrate back to us something that feels like they're taking our power, they're shaming us, they're judging us. But we were the first cause. We were the ones that felt disempowered because we were looking outside of ourselves, which is why when we bring the divine soul in and we move through the emotion and love ourselves, we're no longer looking for something. Everyone in the world is simply looking for love. That's the emanation of source from out of the void. The whole program, the whole essence of the cosmos is simply source, which you are, which I am, which all creation is, seeking to simply emanate and through love see what source can be with no judgment, no criticism, no dislike. Simply, what can I be? But what happens is human beings, they then begin to grab a hold of those emotions, and now they feel that they're unlovable or unworthy or unacceptable or lack of prosperity. And so we then begin to look outside of ourselves and, well, believe if I can have it out there, I can be acknowledged, or I can have a great relationship, or money, or sustainability at some level. Again, we're looking outside of ourselves. It's what humanity has been doing. It's the programs that we've been running from time immemorial, but the time has changed now. That we're moving to the new paradigm, that when we feel the emotion and go through it and bring love to ourselves, the love that is now emanating from us is a vibration of relationship, but with self, which automatically creates loving relationships as a mirror around us. And so we're not looking for a relationship for validation. We're simply feeling, as I have loving relationship here, I will have loving relationship out there. It will be magnetically drawn to me. And because I have feelings of validation and self-worth and self-acknowledgement, I will find that the world validates and acknowledges me and accepts me. It doesn't belittle or harm me or judge me, because that's not my vibration. Everything is simply a response to vibration. It's the old law of cause and effect. If the cause emanating from you is loneliness and judgment and criticism, the effect will be out there: loneliness, judgment, criticism, and then there will be blame and there will be shame and believing that something is happening to us, which is then powerlessness. Again, nothing wrong with any of that. It's simply information. You're informing yourself that by having those feelings outwardly, it creates then feelings of emotion and sadness and grief within. And so rather than go to blame or judgment or criticism, if we again simply keep coming back within. And through our meditation practice, the mind is the silent instrument. It's bringing the light of the soul. We're seeing, we're feeling it from within, flowing down into the emotion. We're gently settling through it. And we're finding that part of ourselves in this lifetime that was programmed with that negative emotion that we perpetrated outwardly some of the lifetime. And so what we do find is there's a childlike part of us that is feeling powerless or lonely or sad. It wants one thing, to be unconditionally loved. And in unconditional love and acceptance, it would then feel the right to live joy. We know that a child who is living in a joyful circumstance is enthusiastic, they're creative, they're dynamic, they're playful, they're happy. It's the innate quality of the joyful child who feels free. But because there are circumstances and situations where we, you and I, experience lack of love, again, not bad people necessarily, simply the ignorance that we receive back, that's the information that we've been looking for. How did I err in the past? Missed mark, not sin, not judgment. How did I err? And how do I then move from that error to wholeness and fullness? By simply loving myself. Because when I love myself and my vibration is love, we come back to the law of cause and effect. I'm feeling prosperous and joyful. The world will now demonstrate prosperity and joy to me. I'm feeling full of life and magic and happiness and peace. The world will demonstrate that to you. There's so many people who are living in fear today because the world is moving to the emanation of much unconsciousness. We know that as the light is starting to emanate so dynamically and so many spiritual illuminations taking place within so many people, it's illuminating also the darkness. Again, darkness isn't bad, it's simply the unconscious and its emotion. But as it's illuminated, if we keep coming back within and finding what within me is peace, what within me is love and joy, then I cannot be overshadowed by something negative in the world. I will be taken to a safe place. I will live in a safe place. My home will be safe. My auto will be safe. There will be peace. Not because I'm trying to make peace or fight for peace or trying to change the world to make it a better place, which again, nothing wrong with that. But the world becomes a better place automatically when we simply emanate golden liquid light, the light of the star tetrahedron, the Christ field. It emanates out very dynamically and total non-resistance because nothing can resist the Christ field. It's the same vibration as the physical sun. It warms, it nurtures, it brings life, it feeds, it warms. It's the same as the Christ light. And as it is emanating from us, it simply moves through shadow, it moves through darkness, because it has mastered shadow and darkness, because it has illuminated itself by so loving that which was once the darkness that carried within. And so many of us that I'm finding as I do a lot of different readings these days, very illuminated souls, highly alive, highly illuminated, but really born into some very difficult situations. And the reason being is we are here to master the darkness. We've already mastered the light in many other incarnations. And so as you look at the aura of someone who is illuminated, light is just streaming from the upper chakras. There's a connection to the divine, to that which is glorious and good. And these people are wanting even more of that connection. But what is then quietly holding them back is the emotion. Some feelings of loneliness or fear or worry, which again are from childhood. And they're rising forth. They're coming into your consciousness now so that we can master the darkness. And how do we master the darkness? By not judging it or criticizing it or disliking it, but realizing it's simply something that wasn't loved. It doesn't feel the right to live as God, as source, in a clockwise spiral of joy. It's been judged or criticized. And when we look at what's going on in the Middle East or in Africa and some of those countries, so much criticism and judgment and pain and suffering and so many clockwise spirals of harmony not being lived and joy not being experienced. But when we emanate the Christ light from the star tetrahedron, it simply weaves through all of that which is the separation, the fear, the worry, the hatred, the pain, the suffering. And it weaves to the very core of what's within all creation, source, the one. And it vibrates that. And like a catalyst, as it begins to be stimulated, they must awaken, but of their own accord, of their own free will, because nothing can resist the sunlight. You can take a seed and you can plant it in the dark, dark, dark soil, but the sun will call it into life. The sun is the Christ. The sun is the living essence of love and joy. And as it weaves through even the darkness of the soil, it calls the seed to life. It nurtures it. It doesn't fight to get the seed awake. It simply shines its emanations of love and light. And that's where we are today within the world. We who are here holding the light in such a glorious way, not because we're better than anyone. We're all simply souls moving through the schoolroom of time, space, and some souls are in kindergarten because they want to learn a lot about darkness. Some souls are in the higher echelons of graduation. But when we're at the echelons of graduation, then it's our joy to simply shine the light so brilliantly that the souls who are in the places of fear and pain and suffering, they feel that light. It stimulates as the catalyst something deep inside of them that is also source God. And it begins to call them back into life, just like the seed that's in the damp soil. It comes into life because the light of the sun, the light of the Christ shines upon it. So there's nothing wrong with the darkness of their emotion. It's simply calling you for the information that is within it. If I'm disliking or judging or criticizing something in the world, what's that emotion within me? It doesn't mean because there's something horrendous happening out there of anger that you dislike, that there's that same level of anger, but it's simply stimulating this kind of a symbol of something. And as you come back inside and feel that anger, but then come within, go through it, you will always find a part of yourself from 0 to 7 that is simply giving you information about how to bring the divine in that you are and so love yourself. That in loving yourself, this child of magic awakens and you live in joy and you live in prosperity and you live in peace. And you are then a light unto the world because you have mastered the darkness by not disliking or judging, but simply compassion. Allowing your light to flow through the unconscious, through the darkness. Become the master of focusing light, upper triangulation of divine power, the clarity of love and feeling, the divine feminine. And as they two then are united in the star tetrahedron, you literally become a creator being. You can be trusted with all the powers of heaven and earth because all of your life and light will be love, which was the first emanation from source, from out of the void. Simply the movement of love into creation, stars and planets and galaxies, the magnificence of flora and fauna and birds and sunsets and flowers and trees, and food and relationship, simply source loving. But we are source. We have always been source. We could be nothing other than source. And when we love unconditionally and profoundly, we reveal that I am the Christ, that you are the Christ, that all creation is a living son waiting quietly within to simply awaken back into life and shine once again, because that is God, that is source. So it's a very exciting and dynamic time for us. One of the things that we do that assists us in our creation is our breath work. The reason being because when we're breathing in, we're literally summoning from the doorway within the void, which is within the heart, the jewel in the lotus. We're summoning the light and the life of spirit into this dimension. But if we don't give it purpose, it simply is more of the darkness within the cosmos, dark matter. But when dark matter is focused upon with light and love and imagination, source then becomes manifestation. It becomes the loaf, the fish, the prosperity, the unconditional giving, because we're simply now the fountain of the evermore prosperous. So the breath work is our in-breathing. We're literally breathing source into this dimension. With the gentle exhale, we are then focusing the attention. We're feeling it as sparkling, effervescent golden light through every cell and tissue of our body. And because we have imagined it and focused light to be that, it is so. It's changing your cellular structure. Your DNA is being changed and healed. It's flowing out of the world like sunlight. And you are then healing the world by simply being the light. So let's do about 5 minutes of deep, deep breathing. And I'll simply take you through the sequencing. So as we simply close the eyes and feel the body relaxing, we simply be aware of breath. When the mind is focused upon breathing, it can't be thinking. Focus the mind upon the in-breath, and from the open doorway within the heart, you are summoning spirit from out of the void into this dimension. Gentle exhale. I see, I imagine golden, sparkling, effervescent light illuminating my body and flowing out into the world. In breath from the open doorway, deep belly breathing, slow, quiet inhalation, summoning source. Feel it from the open doorway within the heart. As Jesus said, I am the doorway. I am. And the exhale is sparkling, effervescent light. Just like the physical sun, I am the light. Be aware of breath, breathing in, holding the mind steady. As source flows effortlessly from the open doorway. And with each breath, I see ever more clearly the summoning of Source, the exhale, sparkling, effervescent sunlight. And I affirm, I am the light. Breath arising, source flowing, golden light sparkling. Breathe deeply with focus and imagination. What I image in becomes real. Breath, source, living light. And another deep, deep breath, summoning source. The gentle focus of attention. The exhale, sparkling, effervescent light flowing. I am the light. And when it feels comfortable, to slowly allow yourself to come back into the moment of the now. On the live stream chat, there's a note from Charles, one of our favorite people, Charles, and it says, Charles looking for the light. Well, look no further, child. You are the light. You are the light. Which is so interesting because we already are the light. That's one of the joys, of course, of the work that I've been so graced to do, is I can see through the veils and the illusions that people carry around them within the aura. And they may be looking through darker colored glasses, but within there is just light. And it is the light that is awakening because they're finding information by simply dancing with the emotions that come up and bringing more love and light within. Pretty simple in one way, this enlightenment business. Not easy, but simple. So I'm going to take you through the sequencing of the star tetrahedron. and then join with you as we create light magnificence. Once again, the upper triangulation of divine power is there'll be the focusing of attention, like the projector at the movie holding the light, steady attention. The lower triangulation, imagination and love. I imagine, feel golden sunlight and peace. I hold the mind steady on it, and it becomes the Christ field. And then within the center, the vortex opens back into the void, and source arises forth from inside out. God becoming, God I am. So let's simply close the eyes once again and feel the body relaxing. Once again, aware of the breath. Breath is life. Breath is our connection to source. And when we know that it arises from within, it becomes ever more dynamic. And then bringing attention between the eyebrows, we imagine a line straight back. And within the approximate center point of the head, we ignite the light. Imagination. I image in the light of the soul within the center point of the mind brain. By holding attention here, I feel the light increasing. I gently focus the light to the heart chakra at the sternum, and I illuminate what already exists, the star tetrahedron. Divine power and love unified. And as it turns, front and back, up and down, all around me, in the very center of the heart, source arises forth. Touching the facets of the rapidly spinning star, to be the Christ light, the crystalline prism. This is the word Christ, crystalline prism of light, emanating source into this dimension as living sunlight. I am the light. I will join with you, and we will ignite the light of creation. And very easily now, back into the now. Thank you very much for coming and playing. And 2 weeks ago, we'll be on Wednesday. This was just a one-time thinger. So thank you very much, and we will look forward to seeing you. If I can assist in any way, please let me know. Blessings, my friends.